So guys, after getting the gearbox out, this gearbox is pretty complicated. It's different than anyone I've seen. I didn't really want to open it up and risk ruining it, right? So it's just not going to be easy to access anything, to access the spring unless you take it all apart, and the T-piece is not going to easily be removed. So I decided I'll end up just leaving it. I'll just go ahead and see what happens when we do an 11.1 volt battery. So like I mentioned, this plug on here, even though this turned out to be a 7.4 volt, this 4-pin plug and receiver I've only seen on 11.1. So I thought, well, let's just go ahead and plug an 11.1 into this piece, which was here connected to the gearbox. Not a great idea. So it ended up basically melting it and frying this little circuit board. So I would not plug an 11.1 into this. All right. So for those of you who are thinking about it, I found out for you. So now this piece, this little circuit board piece had the positive battery or the positive magazine terminal connected to it. So it also was kind of acting as a capacitor, which allowed your primer to work. So I went ahead, and this piece is dead. So, I cut it off, cut a plug on there just to try it out. And it does work. So it works fine, with a battery plugged in, pull the trigger thing, we can get it to shoot with an 11.1 or a 7.4. But my priming will not work unless I wire in a capacitor like you'll see on some of the other blasters. These little capacitors, or resistors, allow you to use a primer. So you can see these were even still, somewhat connected to the magazine terminal right here. So what I'm going to need to do is look back and figure out how to wire the red magazine terminal with a capacitor or resistor in line so that I can go ahead and have priming work. Sometimes it ends up flipping around how things are wired to the motor. So that's where it can become a problem, is you need to switch positives and negatives. So I'm going to have to go back and look and see if I can figure that out without getting too frustrated. So hopefully I'm going to be able to fix it by utilizing one of these, and then we'll be able to use an 11.1 volt battery. Just do not try it with the stock plug that is in there. It will fry your little stock plug. Or, it could have just been bad luck in the specific battery I used, but anyway, I would say don't do it. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to mess around. I'm going to try to get that wired up to work. Now, worst case scenario is I won't be able to get the priming to work, but I may be able to still get the blaster to work without priming. So that's, another option if I fail on getting the primer to work. At that point, I might as well just take the gearbox apart and look at it a little more, but we'll wait and see what happens. So, hopefully by me doing this, you guys who are spending all your hard-earned money on gel blasters and stuff, don't make those mistakes and ruin a gel blaster. I still don't like to ruin them. I'm still disappointed, and hopefully it isn't ruined. Hopefully I'll be able to fix it. But this way you guys know not to go directly into this with an 11.1, and hopefully I'll be able to get this going again and get the priming working, get everything working really cool. I already started 3D printing some cool pieces that I wanted for it, so I'm gonna hold off on those now until I get this all sorted out. Comments, questions, post them below. Of course, like, subscribe, share my channel with your friends, participate in those monthly giveaways where you can win over $200 in custom blasters and accessories. Thanks.